So the title for today's message, I can't, it's funny, is for you Pisces or Pisces crosswatcher is, ain't that about a bitch? You guys have heard that saying? It's like a little saying, it's a quirky little saying. We say in the South is, ain't that about a bitch? Usually it's when something rather unfortunate happens, or it just seems like one thing after the next, or it's just like, you're fucking kidding me, right? You know, it's like that. Let's start the timer. So, Pisces, ain't that about a bitch? That's the title. I'm definitely keeping it. I used to censor myself, like literally, only a week ago? I mean, I haven't always censored myself, but I tried for a while because I'm like, oh, I don't want to get demonetized. They don't put my videos out anyway, so this is why you hear me saying things and not bleeping myself and catching it anymore, because what the fuck does it even matter? It doesn't matter. So, fuck it. Fuck it then. The right people are gonna see these videos, so I don't give a shit anymore. Whatever. You don't really make money on it anyway. So fuck it. Fuck about the money. I'm just gonna say what it is. So ain't that about a bitch? I'm gonna give examples. Ain't that about a bitch? Also, be careful of any type of infestation. It could be even, because I wrote ain't and I saw ant, like ants, like a whole bunch of ants go marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. You know, like maybe it's just raining a lot, depending where you are in the world, and the ants just want to come inside. Sometimes you may have an ant problem. I don't know if it's going to be where you live or someone around you is going to have this, or maybe where you work. You'll see a bunch of ants. There'll be like ant hills, or the ants are going to be in the house. Something to do with ants. Or something to do with someone's actual aunt. That's not for everybody. Aunts, aunt, auntie, aunt. Anyways, yeah, so let me give an example. I'm blanking in this one. I'm also feeling uncomfortable again. Like, I just want to take a shower. It is really hot where I'm at. Oh, wow. I just ripped my fucking hair out on this pin. That's fine. It's okay. Ain't that about a bitch? There you go. Ain't that about a bitch? Like, I feel itchy again. It's really freaking hot. My hair is really thick and heavy and long. I just want to shower. I feel stinky and sticky and shit, you know? So let's say this. Let's say you have, I don't fucking know. I don't know. Let's say you have children. Or it could be you yourself, but let's say you have children, and these children are young adults, almost out of the house, and they were dating somebody for a while, I tell you, just dating them. And just like many, not all, but many young love stories, some people are still together with your high school childhood sweetheart, college sweetheart, but just like most, it ends. And perhaps, I don't know what terms it ends on. Maybe it's really bad, maybe it's kind of meh, I don't know, but anyway. So now you've got two parents, right? You've got the one on the one side and the parents on the other side of both people who are dating. And they're having to communicate now. They don't really have a problem with each other, but they don't really give a shit. At the end of the day, they're going to choose their own child over anything, and they'd rather it just be done. You know what I mean? I'd rather you focus on your academics than fucking love that ain't going to last anyway. You know, maybe in the future, but right now focus on you, because there's going to be plenty of time to focus about another. You know what I'm saying? You feel me out there now? This is just an example. Doesn't mean you're going through it. But ain't that about a bitch? That's what I'm saying here. So they break up, right? And then the mother of the other person, the other child to your child, is like, hey, can I get some of their things back, because I think that this was left over there. And so because you're obviously, you would want to, you're going to handle it like adults, so the adults are going to handle it like adults. Hopefully not all adults do that, but these two, it feels like they do. So these adults, they handle it like adults. They're like, oh, absolutely, because I would want to be treated the same way. I ain't got no problem with you, nothing. I would want you to do the same thing for my kid. So you bag everything up and you bring it over, you let them come pick it up, whatever. Then they text you later and they're like, hey, I am so sorry, but I just found out that there's even more left over there. There's literally even more. Like maybe there's like even more personal items, not just clothes and shit and like teddy bears and things and watches and jewelry and whatever. But there's like other things. Like, I don't know what it is, just something, right? And you're like, wow, I had your whole ass house over here and didn't even know it. And it's like, really, because they weren't told anything. They're just the parents, you know, they were just on the outside of it. But then now they got to deal with each other. Not that they, again, have a problem with each other, but it's like, ain't that about a bitch? Like, I'd rather it just be done. You're going to be done with it, son. You're going to be done with it, daughter. Just be done. This is like pulling teeth. The first time I got all the items, you should have went ahead and coughed up the rest so that we didn't have to keep ripping this fucking Band-Aid or scab off. You know what I mean? And so now it's like, you know, let's say somebody quits a job. Here's another scenario. Quits a job, or maybe gets fired from the job. Something happens and this person doesn't work at the job anymore. But then tax time comes around or something comes around. Maybe it's not that, and it's just their check comes in. And the people, the bosses, are being assholes, and they're not going to send the check to the person's house. Instead, they tell the person they have to come in and get it because they have to turn in their uniform. And it's like, oh, ain't that about a bitch? Ain't that about a bitch? You know? Let's say somebody here is, I don't know, fucking a hairdresser. I'm just going to use examples that I've seen and dealt with myself. A hairdresser, you're working in the salon, you're doing someone's hair, and, you know, usually you do your analysis as you're talking to them, kind of looking in the mirror and everything, but you just didn't happen to pay that close of attention today. You know what I mean? And you start getting into it, and you've already gotten a good 10 minutes in on this bitch ass cut you're doing, and you find a lice. And at this point, it's a little late, you know. Ain't that about a bitch? Because now you gotta fucking tell them I can't proceed with the haircut, and it's really, honestly, it's my fault for not having done this analysis on your head better. It's making me itch. You know what I mean? Like, and then God forbid you go home with it. You know, it's just, this feels like something that's a nightmare. Or no sooner do you get caught up on all your bills, or you're like, okay, I finally got a check that ain't going to paying this and that, and this one I can start putting money up, and then something fucking happens, and you gotta spend the money. Like, you have to. There's no way around it. You have to spend the money, because it's like just an unfortunate, like, lemony snicket type event where some shit happens. You gotta fork out the fucking money that you thought you were gonna be saving, or you thought you were gonna be able to spend on this and that and this and that. But nope, not gonna happen this time, because some shit happens, and it's like, ain't that about a bitch? It's always about a bitch, ain't it? Just always some unfortunate shit happening. Like sometimes to a vehicle, or, you know, you gotta take a pet to the vet, or you gotta to go to the doctor yourself, like something, you know, and you're just like, oh my God, I was really looking forward to either saving that money, or I was looking forward to being able to have that particular amount of money to do this. And now, shit out of luck. Can't. It just feels like really unfortunate. It feels unfortunate. It feels irritating. It feels like I would rather not have to do this. I'd rather not have to deal with this. It's like somebody having to do something that they didn't really want to have to do. They'd rather not have to do it. It's just like a nuisance. Something here feels like a nuisance, and it's like, well, looks like I'm gonna have to do that again, or looks like I'm gonna have to see them again, or looks like I'm gonna have to fucking deal with this again, or looks like I'm gonna have to deal with some shit. Looks like today's gonna be a rough fucking day, or looks like it's gonna be a rough next fucking month, or it looks like, you know, it feels frustrating. I feel like somebody, I don't know if this is you or if it's somebody else. So I was like, damn, how long have I been on here? It feels like I've been on here forever. You know, it just feels like something is just a never-ending story. It's just constant. If this is you, you probably aren't the only frustrated one in the equation. Someone else is also frustrated alongside you. Like, I don't know if it's due to the same situation, maybe for some, yeah. Or, I don't know, it just feels like a high stress. There's something here with stress. Lots of stress, lots of nuisance type. I don't want to honestly have to deal with this. Like, it almost feels like somebody who's ready to be done with something. I'm getting caught on my fucking hair again. Ready to be done with something, and it's like, it looks like I'm not going to be able to be done with it just yet. Close but no cigar. Okay, here's another example. Have you ever really just, you know, a lot of time and space has happened, right? Something's happened. Time is a great healer, but not always. But it is sometimes a great healer. where it's a great, just gets things off your mind for the most part. You can focus on other things, kind of out of sight, out of mind. Have you ever had something that you really either thought you worked hard to just not give your energy to anymore, or actually out of sight, out of mind type thing? Whatever, you don't think about it anymore. It could be a person. Not at all. Done. You know, I mean, it could have been awfully traumatic for you, or just really painful, hurt you, hurt your feelings, hurt you in some way, hurt people you love. I don't know. Just was, it's been a while and you're doing well. You know what I'm saying? You ever had this happen? And then, you know, somebody brings their name up and you're like, I swear to God. And like, otherwise, you don't even, you wouldn't think about this person. Like you've done that well, and it's been that long, or you've given it a great deal of time or something to just, you know, don't bother you. And then now it's like, because somebody can't let something go, or brings up someone, or says, hey, have you seen, or blah, 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 blah. And it's like, did you have to? Did you? Or maybe it's just a reminder on the internet. You know, like a suggested friend suggestion, or a suggested video, or somebody shares something of someone's, and it's like, now, this could be happening and you don't know about it. Let's say you're just doing your own thing. You're happy now. You're not concerned with somebody anymore. Not at all. And it was probably, I don't know what it was, but you're very happy. You're not involved with this person anymore in that way, or at all. But especially in whatever way you were before. And you're just doing your own thing, okay? But maybe whoever is involved with them now, doesn't have to be romantic, just whoever is around them now, friends with them now, dating them now, married to them now, whatever. Or maybe it's somebody who was around them then and still is around them. Either way, they get a friend suggestion of you, or they see something of yours, or get reminded of you somehow, and then it brings back memories, because, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to give an example. This is just popping in my head. Let's say your name is, I don't know, you have a very specific name. Let's say your name is Brittany or Ashley, and or Cody or Jason or something, I don't know. And your ex, we'll use a romantic scenario, and your ex is with somebody now. Maybe they've been with them years by now, I don't know. But they're with this person, even if they try to hide it on Facebook or the internet, like they're not with them anymore, and they try to hide their relationship status or act like they're just whatever, keep you guessing, keep people wondering, but everybody knows they're fucking. Everybody knows that this person, whatever they're trying to convince them of why they're doing that, is a lie. The reason this person doesn't have them put it public, although the other one would rather them do it, is because they're using excuses. They really don't want this person to be public because they're not serious about them. You know, your ex, they're not serious about this person, and they've got the person fooled as if they are, and they're only not putting it public because maybe they're saying you would react a certain way, but you could give a fuck less. Boy, that's specific. I just spit that the fuck out. So that's definitely somebody's story. Anyways, so yeah, they're still fucking with each other, and you know this because you're not stupid. And so anyways, I mean, also they post them, or the other person posts things, like you can connect the dots, or they all out still post them, but they don't have the status public. Why do I keep on that? I don't know. But anyway, so these people are snuggling on the couch one night, or in the bed, or wherever they're snuggling, and they watch a new movie or some shit, okay? Or maybe they watch an old movie, and they're watching a movie they've seen in the past or something. Or they go to the movie theater. They're watching a fucking movie. And, you know, this person, they finally get this person to not think about you or talk about you for a while. They feel like this person's really all about them now, and kind of things are getting back on track again. And all of a sudden, one of the characters in the movie, and one of the main characters, has your same fucking name. And they're trying not to show that it's like bothering them, but it is. It's bothering them because they can tell that every single time your name gets said, this person's like, you know, or it's like, you know, it like hurts. It's like daggers, because it makes this person think of you. They can't help it. It's just, you know, but they're going to get up and turn it off, because then that would be admission that you still have a very strong effect on this person, even if they act like, you know, yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Some of you were married to this person. Or there was some sort of strong tie there, but this is not everybody's story. This is just one popping in my head. This may not even actually be the exact one. Anyway, you may be the one that gets brought up to somebody, and it's like, son of a, ain't that about a bitch? Like, you know, it could actually be a trigger. You very well could be a trigger for somebody that's going to send somebody over the edge, which we don't want that. We don't want anybody going over the edge. We don't want that. But it's been a consistent message for the past several ones where somebody here is like, almost like just, you know, because there's like triggers happening right now. A lot of people that think that they can, you know, things aren't bothering them anymore. And it's like, really? Well, let's test that theory. Let's see if things are bothering you anymore. Also, there's something, because I'm drawing this heart, and it's with my fountain pen. I love fountain pens. Now I'm low-key, high-key, obsessed. Like, they're just super, oh, they're gorgeous to write with. Like, I can't stop. It just looks like magic when you write with it. Anyway, the heart that I'm just drawing out of nowhere, and I'm like, why am I doing this? Reminds me of a tattoo. Like, it almost, there's something to do with a tattoo here. Somebody's tattoo. Maybe someone draws tattoos. That's not for everybody. Something to do with a fucking tattoo. Oh my god, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. Okay, let's say somebody here isn't with someone now. That's so funny. Let's say somebody, it's their job. It's something they do. Okay, let's say it's an ex of yours and they get into the police academy or something. Okay, they get into law. And let's say your name is like Miranda, because this is what I'm hearing, the Miranda rights. Let's say they get into law or something. Okay, and they have to fucking hear your name all the time now, like literally all the time. It's not like a movie they can turn off. They have to hear it all the time. Or let's say they're not going to the police academy, but maybe they work in law or criminal justice or something. This is very specific, but I don't know. They do something and they hear your name all the fucking time. All the time. Or maybe they are with somebody now and they always watch crime shows and your name is always brought up. Like, maybe it's your name's Judy and they have a partner now who's like obsessed with Judge Judy, or or like what's her name, Nancy, and then your name, let's say your name is Nancy and they're with somebody now, or maybe they're not with somebody now but their best friend's wife is always watching Nancy Grace or some shit. You get the point. Like, can't not think about you. Again, what is up with this tattoo? I keep seeing a tattoo. I don't know if it's that oh yeah, it definitely is. I have a bag hanging right up here. In fact, I'm gonna take a picture of it. And on the bag there is, the ink is actually, it looks like it's not printed right. So I'm seeing the tattoo. There's something very specific about someone's tattoo, or maybe the way they draw. Something to do with somebody drawing. You're drawing, they're drawing something. And here is sketch or art, sketch, sketchy, but like sketching. Okay, I love art, by the way. So yeah, and in this bag the ink is worn off at the D. It's like, and the S looks like it's misprinted. So someone's tattoo, maybe they picked at it when it was healing, or I don't know, it's like it needs to be redone. Like it's the black ink specifically is that's hilarious. I'm hearing something. The black, that's funny. You guys are like, you okay? You're hearing things? No, I'm getting a message. But anyway, something to do with somebody's black ink is fucked up. They need to get their ink redone. I don't know. Or maybe somebody here regrets a tattoo. They regret it. I totally get it. Me too. Ew, it's like, I hate that. I wish I never would have got this. I'm gonna get it removed. Tattoo removal. Also, some of you have someone that you were with before that you were no longer with. Their ex is watching you. Facts. That was very clear. That was the message I was getting. It just like hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, oh, ain't that about a bitch? Somebody maybe you didn't even like before. You may not like them now. You think they're a bitch. It could even be a dude you think is a bitch, or a woman that you thought was a bitch. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, as much as you knew they didn't like you before too, they watch your shit. Vice versa. Somebody, an ex of yours, their ex watches you. whatever you do. I don't give a shit what it is. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, anything. They watch you. They're probably watching this video, like 100%. Yep. An ex of yours, their ex watches you. It's somebody that you've 100% called a bitch before. And maybe they've called you a bitch. I don't know, but you know for sure you've called this person a bitch. For a lot of you, it's a dude that you think is a bitch. They watch you. They like literally watch your shit. Even if you don't post a lot. Some of you do. Some of you don't. Some of you, it's somebody that hasn't been watching you, but lately you've popped in their head and they looked you up again, or they've been, you know, something like that. That's crazy. You could even have somebody here who you've never spoken to on a one-on-one basis. Like, maybe even someone that you admire. I don't know. Listen, here's what I'm getting. Some of you, there's somebody here, or they admire you. If there's some sort of artist, and artist could be anything. It doesn't have to be an artist, but it could be. It could be like a singer, songwriter. It could be anything. Whether y'all have spoken before or not, it probably wasn't a lot or on a deep level. There's like a third energy that may have even been the one that kind of was how the two of y'all connected, or how you found out about them, or how they found out about you. I don't know. The fuck? Either way, the third energy here, this is so specific, is like they watch. And they may even like try to be like you, or vice versa. The third energy that knows you, that connected you to another, or connected another to you, I don't know, man. They watch this person and like take on their energy, or like, you know what I'm saying? Wow. I've not felt this for any of them yet. This is interesting. It's like a fan club. It's like somebody has a lot of people. I don't even want to get into it. It's stupid, honestly. It's just, I guess, watching, and but they, I don't know, like low key. I guess, I don't know, I don't even want to call it haters, but just kind of, you know. But I don't even want to tell you that, because I feel like, ain't that about a bitch? Why would you want to know that? You're on their mind. They don't need to be on yours again, you know, or at all. So anyway, okay, I hope that makes sense. I'm gonna go now. Yeah, we got a good amount of time, and we'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.